So in this lesson we'll talk about how to form simple equations. So an equation basically is anything that has an equal sign in it. So for example, you could think about something like this. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 14. So this here is an equation. So let me just it's equal to 14. So this is an example of an equation. Why is it an equation? Because we have this equal signs here in the middle. So it's a form of an equation. Now what you can do is you can take, so another way to kind of think about an equation is another word for an equation is a mathematical sentence. Okay, so you can think about these like a mathematical sentence. Now this here is more like a sentence that you will be familiar with. But what we can do is we can take this sentence and we can turn it into a simple equation. And it just makes it much easier to try and work with and find the number. So if we think about this, okay, so if we read it, I think of a number and take away 7. The result is 18. So find the number. Okay, so what you can do is, in order to figure out what the number is, you let the number is what's unknown. So you let the unknown number be equal to x. And then what you do is you can write everything in terms of x and then solve for x. So this is what we're doing. So let the unknown number be x, write everything else in terms of x, and then solve for x. So what does that look like? So if we take this question here, we let the unknown number be represented by x. So if we read it, I think of a number and take away 7, the result is 18. So what does that look like if I was to write that out as an expression? So the number is x. So it's going to be, and let me just write it over here. So the number is x. And then what it says, I take away 7. So x minus 7 is equal to 18. So let the unknown number be x, that's what I've done. Write everything else in terms of x. So I've written everything else in terms of x coming from the sentence. And now what I can do is I can solve for x. Okay, so I can say x minus 7 is equal to 18. So I want to get x on its own, so I can add 7 on this side. And then I'm going to have to add 7 on this side. And then what we can do is, so these will cancel out, and then x is going to be equal to 18 plus 7, which is equal to 25. Okay, so x is equal to 25. Now similarly, I can do exactly the same thing with this one here. Okay, so this one's just a little bit more complicated. So again, another word for an equation is a mathematical sentence. So this is a sentence, and what I can do is I can turn this into an actual equation then. So what would that look like? So it looks something like this. So when 4 is taken away from twice a certain number, the result is 20. So we let the number represent x. So when 4 is taken away from twice a certain number, the result is 20. So twice the number, so we let the number be equal to x. So twice the number is going to be 2x. And we take away 4, so 2x minus 4 is equal to 20. And now what we can start to do is we can start to solve for x, okay? So we've let the number we want to know equal to x. We write everything in terms of x. So that's what we've done here. And then we want to solve for x. So now what we can do is, so we can just, I can add 4 on this side and add 4 on this side. So these will cancel out and I'll be left with 2x is equal to 24. And now what I want to do is divide both sides by 2. So therefore then, so these will cancel out, and x then is going to be equal to 12. Okay, so that is what's known as form and simple equations. So it's taken a word, so it's taken, for example, a mathematical sentence like this sentence here, and turning it into a simple equation. So again, you need to be comfortable with being able to do that in first year maths. Okay,